The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry as I group them into small paragraphs. Their grouping will become known as a psalm, and together they become psalms. Let me show you our Creator's 12 commandments, listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any one of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded they bring him a sin offering. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Next, I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and the words now reveal the style of the roof for our Creator's tent for meeting with Him. Let me show you the translator's words from the preface of the 1611 King James Bible. They gave 4 reasons for themselves or others to edit the Bible's words. The red arrow at the top points to their 3rd reason to edit the text. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the Divine, to a clerk named Gregory. The next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome established the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. Did you notice the letter S in sun is capitalized? This is to give respect to the Egyptian sun god Ra. Have you seen the Egyptian obelisk in the Vatican's front yard? The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. There is no such thing as nature to a truthful Christian. Our Creator created everything. By their own words, they were not seeking to know our Creator or Jesus. Not everyone has the knowledge to correct every word. I have an old Bible program that has the New American Standard Bible 1977 concordance to help find a better word. Their concordance has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. The translators removed his name, YHVH, to put in 2 titles, Lord and God. I replaced those titles using the letters Y and V as his name, for the Hebrew language does not have a J, O, or W. By using these 2 letters, I am closer to the truth than anyone using J, O, or W for his name. So why is there a single letter O in the Hebrew text 1,095 times? No proper English was used? The blue highlighted text is text that I am removing. The red highlighted words are little words that I'm adding. Gray italic words are words that I added. To respect and honor our Creator, all capital letters in purple are our Creator's words. This is Jesus' prophecy, for I am revealing the first writer's words to tell you the true truths about Jesus. As the text is revealed, you can taste the writer's style of wording. Their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. You will be watching prophecy before your eyes as I edit true truths back into their psalms. Okay, oops, I forgot to turn them off. Okay. Welcome aboard. Today's going to be real good because this psalm reveals where heaven is located. And it is one of the only Bibles that has this information. What I did was I went to BibleHub.com and I grabbed all Psalm 48, verse 1 and 2, or just 2, I think. Yeah, just 2. And what I'm going to do is quickly just show you down here that what's important is this here, Mount Zion in the far north. And then it's kind of like a mountain and not a mount. But the thing here is when you look at the English Standard Bible, that was the only one that these are, I guess, are the same publisher. they copied the exact same text from the New American Standard Bible, which is more popular. But if you go down here and look, these are going to be the titles, and then you'll see that what happened to the north, what is it, the north, the far north. Okay, the far north is where our Creator, where the North Star is. Okay, that's the far north. So in here, the uttermost parts of the north, the north ridge or the northern ridge towards the north. Here's the King James on the side of the north. Okay, these other, or I guess I got more King James here and other Bibles, but just notice how they're all the north, or the side, excuse me. And then these here have the same thing. And there's another group of Bibles that has that information. Now we have the north sides. So every Bible is to make sure they have to change some of the wording to have their own copyrights. So that's why they're doing this. But the only thing is when it gets to the New International Version, it's in its loftiness or loftness, and the heights of, I don't even know where this is at. But it gets really kind of crazy how they really don't care how they deviated from the actual text of claiming where the far north is. So with that, I guess I'm going to just turn that off, and I'm going to start cutting them just like I usually do here. Whoops, I forgot to make sure everything's running over here. Oh, got to get my memes going. Whoops, no. I got new slides in case I got to take off. I got a bunch of the Psalms already lined up so you can see them that are done. And most of them I've got to do a slideshow will be of Jesus. Okay. Now there's also going to be some disturbing words in this one. So, great is Yahweh and greatly to be praised in the city of our Creator, his holy mountain. That seems to be a change here or a difference in wording. Beautiful in elevation. Whoops. The joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion in the far north, the city of the great King. So right here you have his holy mountain, beautiful in elevation, the joy of the whole earth, they get to look at it, is Mount Zion, okay, in the far north. That is so neat to know where his holy mountain is, and then he lives above the mountain. And the star's motions creates this mountain, okay? If you go and look at those photographers that shoot the North Star for like 2-3 hours still photo, you'll see how the smaller stars swirl and then it gets larger and larger and larger. Well, this is a mountain, and that's why the far north is so important. The stars are actually the second heaven. The first heaven is where our Creator lives, and that would be above the North Star. Where the birds fly, that will be where our heaven is at, the third heaven. Now, when you now know where our Creator's heaven is at, you now know where Moses raised his staff to heaven and asked for Creator's plague to begin, where Jesus turned to heaven and asked for a blessing to feed the multitude. Now you have the actual visual of what he was doing and what he was doing, I guess, at that time, either one of them. In the far north. I don't know if this seems to like it wants to break the city of the great king, our creator in her places. Okay, now that's a little bit disturbing, putting a female deity all of a sudden in her places. Our creator, and since you've been here before, you know that I change the title God to creator. So let's see. He made our creator in her places. That's kind of just there. He made himself known as a stronghold. I can't get rid of that. For lo, the kings assembled themselves, and they passed by together. Oops, I better blow this up a little bit. And they saw it then. No, they saw it. I don't know what it is right there. Then they were amazed. They were terrified. They fled in alarm. Panic seized them. Their anguish as of a woman in childbirth. Their anguish. I think they got that misspelled. But the other thing here is that seems to break up there. The east winds. You did break the ships of Tarnish. Okay, I better fill you in on where Tarnish is at, because they understood these are the shipping locations that they knew about at Solomon's time. Tarnish is way over here, and I can't remember what they were getting from there, but they were, Tyra became the sea merchant. They had cedars from Lebanon that you know of. These are trees that have their main trunk shoots right straight up. Back in the day, these trees could be 80 feet. I think there's an Egyptian boat that they found that cedar is over 100 feet tall, that they used as the main rib going down, and then they attach all the wood to it to build the ship. They become the great merchants, and they would send all their merchants going back and forth, and they would trade all over these two seas. When you see the word seas, it's actually meaning these two seas. This is where Queen of Sheba come from, because she had spices, which meant that she was trading with India. So this is what they knew pretty much of all the peoples that I know that I could find the names in their location. Down here in the Bible, it is actually called the land of the winged. So, and the people down there were black-skinned and tall. So now you know where Tarnish is at. You did break up the ships to Tarnish. It has to be to Tarnish, because I just got to telling you who the true merchants were out of Tyre, and that would have been in Lebanon. We have heard so as we have heard, so we have seen in the city of YV, and it's got of host. That's just wrong. A creator is not a creator of host. You got to understand, the people that are editing the text had Ra, the sun god from Egypt. That's why there's an Egyptian obelisk in the courtyard of the Vatican. Ra was a god, and to become a god, you were going to become one of the stars. And these stars would have been of host, YV of host, or Ra of hosts. So this is what these words mean, of hosts, stars becoming gods up there. And we know that that's wrong. In the city of Yah, and the city of our Creator. Oops. I should get rid of all these real quick here. Probably help me read faster. All right. In the city of our Creator will establish her forever. So I wonder who the her was talking about. We're starting to get a female deity placed on items here. We have thought on your kindness. Our Creator is in the midst of your temple, and your name, as is your name, Creator, so is your praise to the ends of the earth. Your right hand is full of righteousness, which kind of is odd. Let Mount Zion they also called Jerusalem, and that's where people think Mount Zion is. Actually, it was a hill that David had flattened out to start creating the city of Jerusalem. So it was a mount or a flat area. They brought the hill down, and then David's city was started, Jerusalem. Let Mount Zion be glad of the daughters of Judah. Rejoice because of your judgments. Walk about Jerusalem and go around her. Count all her towers. Consider her ramparts. Go through her palaces. There wasn't any palaces. They never had them. And that you may, well, we don't may, we do, that you tell this to the next generation. For such is our Creator forever and ever. He will guide us until death. Okay. Now let me see if I can get into better cleanup here. Better save that text. Great is YV, and greatly to be praised in the city for our Creator. This has to be for our Creator, because actually David was moving the tent towards Hebron, and what happened was one of the priests reached out and touched the chest that holds the 10 commandments, or 12 commandments, excuse me, and our Creator immediately killed him, and David stopped right there. And that's the location where Jerusalem starts, because he says our Creator is establishing, this is where he wants us to stop. So that's how David pictured it, and that's how this got started in Jerusalem. Okay, we know the name of the city, but I might as well put it in Jerusalem for our Creator. Great is YV, and greatly to be praised in Jerusalem for our Creator. Well, I guess the word city does make more sense when I'm reading it this way. So, to be praised. Yep, I guess I overthought it. It does sound better this way. In the city for our Creator. Okay, now that's going to be a period. Greatly is YV, and greatly to be praised. Now see, this is reading where this is supposed to connect like this. where this verse here, in the city of our Creator, we are to greatly praise. No, somehow this doesn't sound right because I've got these two pieces connecting. Maybe I'm overdoing it today here. Maybe this is the 3 verse. It's supposed to be like this. Great is YV, and greatly to be praised in the city for our Creator. His holy mountain. Okay, so we're talking about our Creator. His holy mountain. Beautiful in elevation, and the joy of all the earth, and the joy of the whole earth, and the joy. Okay, this would be a period, but there's something wrong here. I'm just with the text. His holy mountain, beautiful in elevation, is what happened? How come that is okay? Is here. Black. And since I've added it, make it red. Beautiful in elevation is, because it's the holy mountain, and then they call it the mount. Beautiful in elevation in the far north. So this being a double, okay? Because beautiful in elevation is Mount Zion in the far north. You know what? This is a 4-verse group all of a sudden. His holy mountain, comma. Oh, I should have took a smart pill before I started this one. The city of, this has got to be our city. Our city for our great king. So this and this goes down here. And this would be Jesus, great king. Our Creator and her palaces. This just reads out of place, this here. Our city, or, wait a second. This is stuck in the middle of this. Great is YV and greatly to be praised. Wait a second. Great is Yah, our King. Greatly to be praised in the city of our Creator. I think this needs to change to the title Yah, or the name Yah. Excuse me, I got to get some other kind of text up here. It's fastened itself to all. Now, who is Yah? Well, I'm going to show you that the Hebrews actually had a name for him. And I first need to do this. If I go to the folder for Jesus, and then I get Psalm 149. I don't know if you've seen this or before or not, but I show it all the time. First of all, you see the word Lord capitalized, and usually they say that only the name or these letters are to be all capitalized. But what you do is you see this name here. Then you see Yah or YHVH here. So I'm gonna, if you substitute this name in here, praise Yah, sing to YV a new song, his praise in the congregation. Whose praise? Praising Yah. Rejoice in their king. Well, rejoice in our king. Let them praise his name. Who's his name? Praise Yah. So this is how I can say that the title or the word Yah is actually the name they gave Jesus. Now, there are a lot of other verses that do mention Jesus as as Holy One. Jesus is supposed to suffer. No, I don't have it. That must be in a document. Yeah, it's Jesus. Okay, here. This, I went through and grabbed all the 49 times that the name Yah is here. And it's in Isaiah just twice. I guess I should make this text small enough. And what you're seeing here is if you replace Yah here for Yah, YV is my strength. Now you know that it's going to have to be cut up, right? But he has become my salvation. Only they didn't really have the word salvation until they knew that Jesus was going to be a king in heaven, and he's going to allow them into heaven. That is the only reason in the entire text that we know why we are going to heaven, is because of the great King Jesus. So that's why they had salvation, and then they also had the word Savior. And then here I've highlighted some things, and I hate calling Jesus a rock or the one who remains faithful. Everything in red I'm referring to Yah, for in Yah, and then you got to have a lot of understanding of how to edit to get out of the stuff. But the text is telling us, when you put the word Yah in here, I will not see Yah in the land of living. See, they're looking for Jesus to appear, okay? And this is Ezekiel, but that was Isaiah. And then the rest of them are in Psalms. So when you go through here and you see all the ones for Psalms, I haven't got to them yet because you can see they're, what is it, starting at 102. Well, I guess I don't know. I've been putting his name in the text a lot more than what they did. But you can go through all these verses and take a look at them, and you figure out that, yes, this is his name. And then I've got him on the Hebrew side listed. But these are the main ones that I really can point out that they're talking about Jesus or their king who is to come. So if I say, great is Yah and greatly to be praised in the city for our Creator, his holy mountain. See, this is just reading out of text, but it tells us where heaven is at. So the thing here is the city of our Creator. Our city is also for our city, the city for our Creator, and then our city for our great King also. I almost need the word also put in here at the end. Our Creator in her palaces. This, well, let's put it this way. This is not needed. Our Creator has made himself known as a stronghold. I hate giving earthly titles or earthly understandings to our Creator. And lo, the kings assembled. I don't need this word. The kings assembled themselves. They passed by together. They saw it. What it did they see? The city for our great king. Our Creator has made him known, not himself, but Jesus. And then this would be red, because there are prophets that are going to talk about Jesus entering into Jerusalem to become king. So they were waiting for his arrival in Jerusalem. But our Creator is the one who is sending him. So has made himself known as, I got to kind of find a better word than a stronghold. That just bugs me when I'm reading that. And that's all they use it for, a refuge. A refuge. Now I would change it to Savior, known as our Savior. Not a stronghold, our Savior. He has made him known as our Savior. So that is where I'm going to first put the first word. Our Savior? Or is it Savor? I don't know. I'm a little lost here. Let me make sure I'm using the right word. I don't want to say Jesus is, Savior. I-O-R. I did flunk English. Rescuer, Liberator, yeah, Redeemer, okay. I didn't want it to be a tasty, a savory taste. So, okay, now this will be, this has got to be gray text. I'm completely adding this. And I can grab one of these and bring it down here. Well, I'm going to push it over here. Then I'm going to say I'm replacing this word. Get rid of that word. Known as our Savior. Our Creator has made him known as our Savior. No, this is definitely the three verse in the way it's grouping. Okay. The kings assemble themselves. They pass by together. Then they were amazed. They were terrified. They fled in alarm. Panic seized them. East wind, this here is out. There's nothing here. Now, there is a prophecy, and then it did happen that our Creator was going to break up all the shipping lanes, or all the destroy Tyre and all the shipping. So I know that he's going to bring it to a halt. And actually, that's quite a large story twice in the Bible, because it talks about how decorative their boats were, actually, how they're inlaid with ivory and stuff like that, that they were very wealthy shippers or merchants, and their boats were just great. And the east wind did break up the ships to Tyre, or tarnish. I think this is just out. because then it comes down here and it starts again. Boy, this is getting hopeless here. I would like to try to find another 3-verse or a 4-verse that I could work with. Then they were amazed. They were terrified and fled. Let me just start with the small words. Alarmed, they panicked. Panic seized them. In alarm, panic seized them. I don't know. Is this word actually there in the text that way? Let me see something. What am I? Oh, I went by it. Oh, seized them there. Okay, that's how I see how they got it divided. I didn't see it that way when I read it. Seized them there. And now what I'm seeing here, I can make this a 4-verse, but I have to tie it to this here of when they started being destroyed. And then, yes, these guys would have been panicked and seized and all kinds of things here, that their shipping fleet has been destroyed. But here, there's not enough here to say all that, what I'm telling you. So I got to sit here and take a look and just say, or not look, but I just have to think that this is all out, because it's a piece, it's only a small piece of a very long story. So that has to be out. But it did look like they V1VVQ. You got me on that one. Okay, you're going to make me look that up, are you? Okay, Vince. I didn't get there today. I was so busy. I thought about it, though, twice. I got my other computer so I can stream with 2 different computers. I have a problem with going to YouTube. They keep asking me to come up with another password every time I go there. And it's kind of like, before I had it set up that I could stream both at the same time. Now that Pornhub, why would you want to go to Pornhub? I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, it just seems like you don't understand that. What is? Oh, I see. You're the intelligent one here. Oh man, yeah. Really? I tell you what, I was a white minority when I grew up. Where I grew up at, there were more blacks, then there were more Mexicans, and then there was white people, and that was my junior high and high school. So when you don't know them, I lived, walked, talked 6 years. I know both races very well. I have many friends. So you just are some small little person trying to make yourself sound big here. So, anyways, I'll get on to it. Let me see here. Someday I'm going to figure out how just to delete Or get rid of them. If you're, yes, so tell the world someplace else. For the king assembled themselves, they passed by together. This has to be talking about the merchants, the kings, but I don't know why they passed by together and they saw it. This isn't making much sense, so that's going to get out. Now, let's see. We have heard, so we have seen in the city of YV. As we have heard, as we have heard and seen. And this gets out of the way. We have heard and seen the city of our Creator. This is out. The city of our Creator. Don't need to have it repeat. Will be established forever. Now, that said, now that's a 3 verse here. But it doesn't read as it follows from the text above. We have thought on your kindness, our Creator, in the midst of your temple. This is, our Creator didn't have a temple. A temple is defined as where the pagans placed an idol of their god. So this, in the midst of your temple, is wrong. We have thought of your love kindness as our Creator, as your name Creator. So your praise, so is your praise to the ends of the earth. Well, this would be dividing it up. So is your praise to the end of the earth. Okay, that goes like that. As is your name, Creator, so is your praise to the end of the earth. Okay, so that would be like that. But this here, this too is just out. There's nothing to attach it to, and this is completely wrong. Your right hand is full of righteousness. Now that, I'm not sure here, is full of righteousness. Let Mount Zion, let Jerusalem be glad. This would be wrong. Jerusalem be glad, and let the women the woman with the women in Judah. And this is talking about the kingdom Judah. So it's not like it's just the tribe Judah. So I need to designate that by putting that in. I think I had it in small caps. No, all caps. And then I had it, if they're good, if it's if they're good kingdom, then they get the capital letters. If they don't, they just get small letters to represent at what time the story is talking about, when they're good or when they're bad. Now this is not connecting, and this is not really two. So let Jerusalem be glad, and let the women in Judah rejoice. Because it's not going to be judgment. If they're going to rejoice because of Jesus, it would be rejoice by your prophecy of Jesus. Let Jerusalem be glad. And I'm going to think the word and goes here. And let the women in Judah rejoice. Rejoice. Let's see what happens to because if I put the word over, rejoice over, or something like that, because reason, order, behave, so reason, so therefore, so that, for the sake, for this reason, because of. Rejoice, let Jerusalem be glad, and let the women in Judah rejoice for your judgment. And I would get rid of this. And I wouldn't say, because we're talking about Jesus as a single event, so coming to Jerusalem, so this shouldn't be there. And then this would be a period. But that is starting to sound like this is the statement, and then these two connect together. You can't walk around Mount Zion, that's for sure. So it's got to be Jerusalem. Walk about Jerusalem. The ramparts, I don't think that was for protection. And I would say the word "its" is a better use instead of giving it a female deity. Go around it. And I'm not even sure if any of this text is going to keep, but clean it up, shape it up, and then find out whether it needs it at all. So, walk about Jerusalem. Walk about Jerusalem. Then it would have to be then go. And go around it. Then go around its towers. Go around. Oops. Already got it there. Then go around its towers and consider it rampart. And I wouldn't say it's ramparts. I have to put the word walls here. That is just not. Yeah, they did use it for walls once because to host as once makes you wonder how they used the word host as once. But that is, I'm going to use it as the word walls, and then I think I might have to have consider its walls. Oops. Walk around Jerusalem. Go around its walls and consider its towers. Now, the towers, they were the corner area that had weapons of war for set out to be able to defend the city. That's what these towers are. At the gates, they could have had guards at the top located as the guards for letting people in and out of Jerusalem. But the towers are on the corner, and for protection, they had built, what did they call it? Instruments of war, which would have been like that thing that would toss rocks a long way. I can't think of the name right now. But they had those set up to help defend it. So go around. I go around by the tower, go around, and it doesn't need to have it. Go around, then go, not around. Why am I stuck on the word around here? That's helpful, but then go around the tower, then go past the towers, walk about Jerusalem, then go, I would say, out the gates and consider the walls. That one that's bugging me, but I got to get on with it. Go through the palace. This is just wrong. That you tell the next generation. This isn't really adding anything. Such is our Creator. That doesn't even make sense. That you tell the next gen. That you tell the next generation. Our Creators. It would have to be our Creator. They would understand that he is. I mean, he's there. They grow up knowing this fact. Our Creator's. It's almost like this is our Creator's city forever. Whoops. Yeah, it could be all cat, but I got to make it gray. Our Creator's city is forever. Don't need and ever. Our Creator City is forever. And He will guide us until death, until our our death. Is that how I would write it? I'm not sure if that's how I'd write it. But it's 3-verse. This would be 3-verse. So what was exciting to find out is that we found out where the location of heaven is, and it's in a different format than the rest of it. But that's what happens. That's what happens. So the thing here is it's the only place in the text that actually, or in the Hebrew text, that lets us know the North Star is the top of the mountain. Okay, so I think there is one other verse that hints to that, but it's not exactly as it is said here. And then this would be out. So I got to build this up today here. Format, 8-point. Go here. Make sure this is there. Oops, forgot to get rid of this. Great is Yah, and He is greatly to be praised. So that's going to be new edition. So this and this. Let me go through here and get rid of all the coloring here. Get ready for the new edit. Oh. Okay. Great is Yah, and He is greatly to be praised. He is greatly to be honored, maybe, in the city for our Creator. Our city is for our great King. Our city is. I'm not sure if I'm. Our city is for our great King. For our Creator has made Him known as our Savior. Let me grab that text. For our Creator has made Him known as our Savior. And this would be, our Creator has done this, as our Savior. And actually this has to be capitalized as well. As our Savior. We have heard and seen. Now, why would they have the word heard and seen? mean the city of our Creator. We have heard, and we will see. We will see the city of our Creator be established forever. And that sounds right. As is your name, Creator, so is your praise to the end of the earth, to the ends of earth, to the ends of earth. End of the earth. Forever. Got to say forever. This got to show forever. If these two are going to be paired together. No, it's got to have, and that would mean a space here. And then now this is almost reading out of place. Let Jerusalem be, let those in Jerusalem. Whoops. Because I think I should note that I'm adding the word those. So that needs to go here. This needs to be like that. Let those in Jerusalem be glad, and let the men in Jerusalem be glad. Let men let the men, I need still no end. Let the men in Jerusalem be glad, and let the women in Judah rejoice for your judgment. That reads out of place. Rejoice for your judgment and tell the next generation. Those two hook together. This does not. So I'll make it 8 point just for right now, but not get rid of it. It might go up someplace here. So I'm trying to fit it in, and I'm not seeing it fit in. Because if this is right, I've got 2 here now. I've got a space. These 2 are grouped together. These 2 are grouped together, and these 2 are grouped together. And that's just out. Okay. Now, clean this up again. Okay, I think I need to correct or add a few more words here to the first. His holy mountain is beautiful in elevation. His Mount Zion is Mount Zion is in the far north, is the far north, is the far north, is the far north. Okay, I think that's, and that was that. They added that, so now I'm getting rid of it. So it has to be there. Got to show that got rid of it. Okay. Great is Yah, and he is greatly to be praised in our city. First person, need that to go up here. Now, Yah, great is Yah, and he is greatly to be praised in our city for our Creator. Our city is for our great King, for our Creator has made him known as our Savior. We have heard and we will see. Him in, this has got to be him in, and this would have to be because our Creator is sending him. Him in the city for our Creator. And he will establish it forever. Establish it. We have heard and we will see him in the city for our Creator, and he will establish it forever. As is your name, Creator, so is your praise to the end of the earth. Let the men in Judah be glad, and let the women in Judah, or let the women in Jerusalem be glad, and let the women in Judah rejoice for your judgment. As they tell. as they tell our next generation. The Creator's city is forever, and He will guide us until our death. Okay, I'm going to have to take this, stick it up on top here. Okay. Oh, I guess I could leave that there then. I took it out, put it back in, do it like that, and He will establish it forever. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, now this. Oh, I forgot. Did I? Yep. I forgot to do that. Nope, I can get rid of that one. I forgot to take this. Go up here. Now I can do without editing. And you check those, check that, check that, check that, check that. Great is Yah, and He is greatly to be praised in our city for our Creator. Our city is for our great King, for our Creator has made Him known as our Savior. We have heard and we will see Him in the city for our Creator, and He will establish it forever. And He will establish it forever, as is. As what text did I get rid of here? Walk about and go about towers. As is your name, Creator, so is your praise to the end of the earth. How is it? So is your praise. So is our praise to you. As is your name, Creator, so is our praise to you to the end of. I see it that way. So is our praise to you. This should be just about done. As is your name, Creator, so is our praise to you to the end of the earth. As in your name, Creator, as is your name, Creator, as in your name. Oh, that's just bugging me now that I can't read it smoothly. It's leaving a bad taste. We have heard and we will see him in the city for, and this the city should be capitalized. And because it's his, it should be like that. So, oh, we have heard and we will see him in the city for our Creator, and he will establish it forever. Just as is your name, Creator. I don't see that being said that way now. That is really odd. I didn't see that the whole time. As is your name, Creator. As your as is your title, Creator. So is your praise. So is our praise to you. Not Creator, it's title. As is your title, Creator. So as your title, Creator. Hmm. Hmm. It's the last piece of the puzzle, and I can't make it fit. Let the men in Jerusalem be glad, and let the women in Judah rejoice for your judgment, as they tell our next generation, our Creator's city will be forever, for he will guide us until our death. This has to be for he will guide us. No, our Creator's city will be forever. I'm liking this. I know I'm slow, sorry, but I'll get there. As they tell our next generation, our Creator's city will be forever. For he will guide us until our death. This as your title creator. As your title creator. As your title creator. So is your praise to you. I think I'm getting closer. I don't think that's it, but I've spent way too much time here. I'm going to call it end to this, and I know I'm going to do a final cleanup on it later at some time, but boy, this is really, really, I don't like how that is leaving the taste in my mouth. But the object here is there it is. Now, how do I date this? How do I say who said these things? A priest would not say this. A king would not write this or have this wrote. Great is Yah, he is greatly to be praised in our city for our creator. So it means Jerusalem has to be established. So this has to be at least after Solomon's time. So Solomon's time. But this second heaven and after Solomon's days. Why did I put it capital D? But I'm just trying to see what am I really missing here? Well, I can take a screenshot of that, I believe. Nope, I got the cursor in the wrong spot. Okay, now